Pop quiz. Which of the following games received a 7 out of 10 from IGN? That's right, all of them. So that would mean that Stellar Blade is just as good as Dustborn.
Well, except for 1996's Wayne Gretzky's 3D hockey. That got a 7.1.
Like it or not, game reviews are an influential resource. Since the 70s, gamers have turned to journalists, critics, and random game store clerks to determine whether the game that they're buying will be the next Metaphor or Superman 64. Whether it was Adam Sessler or Game Informer, gaming journalism was king until a new challenger entered the ring: user reviews. Finally, reviews for gamers by gamers, in-depth analysis and carefully crafted thoughts from people unpaid who put hours into a game to... or that. So who can you trust?
Us. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Relax. That's what we're here to discuss on this episode of Checkpoint, where we save the game one discussion at a time. I'm Lex.
And I'm Ronell.
We've all grown a bit weary of game reviews. Journalists feel untrustworthy.
Content creators get paid off.
And user reviews are not always the most constructive.
And it doesn't help that we all have biases, but here at Checkpoint, we don't hide them.
Ronell's biases, likes reviews, makes money from reviews. Made this entire episode because he couldn't convince anyone to play Conquered. Lex's biases, used to read reviews, disagreed with Adam Sessler from a young age, knows what she likes and plays what she likes. Doesn't trust gamers because y'all are gooners. Her words.
Now, let's get into the facts, starting with a bit of history.
We're gonna break down some of the biggest pillars in game reviews and how they review games. That way you can understand our takes and make an informed one on your own.
We did our best to source and fact check as much information as we could.
But we're only human, so please feel free to fact check or add any additional info you might have in the comments.
To the teleprompter.
Okay, let's get this one out the way. IGN. The story of IGN is a snapshot of the 90s tech bubble. British magazine publisher decides to go digital in 1996, launching 3 gaming websites that would eventually become IGN.com.
What followed was textbook.com's story. Explosive growth, wasteful spending, brutal layoffs, eventually forcing the company to desperately launch a paid subscription service to stay alive.
Who the f is paying for IGN?
I would imagine the same people that pay for it, you know who you are.
Okay, anyway, after some aggressive downsizing, IGN built itself into the internet's biggest gaming site, eventually selling to News Corp for $650 million in 2005.
Now, they make it a point to state that they don't get paid for reviews on their site.
They also have strict policies preventing anyone from influencing review scores, including a flat payment structure so writers aren't tempted to write controversial reviews for clicks.
So, they giving everything a 7 with 0 incentive?
For the love of the game.
They also claim that reviewers can't tell publishers their review scores before publication.
Although they do say a courtesy notice of extreme or positive or negative opinions may be given shortly before a review is posted.
And IGN keeps their reviewers in the dark about advertising deals.
Next is another fan favorite, Metacritic. Metacritic, launched in 2001 by 3 USC law school pals, revolutionized the way we judge entertainment by creating a review scoring system. The site became so influential that now it can literally make or break a video game's future. Some developers' bonuses are even tied to their Metacritic scores.
Ask CD Projekt Red, whose Cyberpunk 2077 scores debuted so low, the developers had to actually pay the publishers back in blood.
The devs behind Fallout New Vegas missed their bonus by a single point.
I'd go Luigi Mangione in that.
But Metacritic's review system is a little sketch. They take every review they can find, convert it to a 0 to 100 scale, and get this, weigh certain critics' opinions more heavily based on their reputation and writing quality.
IGN's opinion matters more according to Metacritic because they're an industry powerhouse. Maybe they deserve it.
Do they though?
That last one isn't even a game. Valid though.
Next up is Polygon. In 2011, Vox Media approached Joystick's editor Christopher Grant to build a new gaming site, but he initially rejected the offer, believing quality online journalism was a dying business.
But then he saw The Verge's successful launch and said, I got one more in me.
Grant changed his mind, quit Joystick, and assembled a team of editors from Kotaku and The Escapist to build what would become Polygon. The site launched in late 2012, focusing on long-form journalism and in-depth features about the gaming industry.
Polygon claims that games aren't static products anymore. They're living, breathing platforms that can transform completely after launch. So they actually update their scores when games evolve. So for example, if Conquer was still around,
No.
I just feel like they didn't give it a chance.
Okay, well, anyway, the most important thing Polygon considers when writing reviews is helping readers make informed decisions about how to spend their limited time rather than just their money, with a score of 10 reserved for ambitious, must-play games that succeed in unique ways.
But they make sure to note that even a 10 doesn't equate perfection.
In 2003, Steam stumbled into the PC gaming scene as Valve's wonky solution for patching Counter-Strike. But it wasn't until forcing everyone to use it for Half-Life 2 in 2004 that the platform really took off, even though gamers initially hated needing an internet connection just to play games.
I mean, we still hate it, but we're indoctrinated now. That's an episode for another time. Steam evolved from a clunky game launcher into PC gaming's biggest marketplace, with over 120 million monthly elite gamers.
I don't know about elite.
PC Master Race, deal with it.
Steam's review system isn't just about slapping a quick rating on a game. It's a whole social ecosystem where you can read opinions from actual players. It even shows you how many hours they put into the game. You just can rate the most helpful takes and even follow reviewers who share your gaming tastes. Whether you're writing your own hot takes or hunting for honest feedback, Steam makes it easy to jump in and contribute to the conversation.
Or turn into a comedy stage where people leave silly or outlandish reviews in hopes to get some internet points from some random content creator. Like this guy who said,
damn. Which brings us to content creators.
people like us.
Yep, YouTubers, streamers, influencers, those people you may or may not have parasocial relationships with. Because they appear more authentic and believable than regular commercial advertising, you might not always take away that they're totally part of this multi-billion-dollar corporate machine that is the video game industry.
No, Lex, all content creators, they do this because they care about you specifically, and not the check that comes with your engagement.
In all seriousness, you might not want to admit it, but these phone-famous faces have a significant impact on their followers' purchasing decisions and gaming preferences, making them valuable partners for brands looking to reach gaming audiences.
Game Grumps, Markiplier, Video Game Donkey Kai's, and that the list goes on. Now, game enthusiasts can even pick a gamer that aligns with their personal values and preferences, or the one who entertains them the most.
Now gamers don't have to play games. They can just watch them, making them more accessible than ever.
When it comes to how creators decide to review, it's really a case-by-case basis. 10 stars, 5 stars, tier list, Frankie Flames. Everybody's got their take. It's up to you, the viewer, to decide what resonates as a path to a well-formed opinion.
For as personal as creators might intend to be, they're all subject to the content rewarding systems of these platforms they upload to. Experts call this the digital black hole, where hidden algorithms are actually feeding you information based on your previous searches, social circle, and location, creating a personalized echo chamber that can make you believe a weird sentiment or something that's straight up wrong.
Yeah, like...
Don't say it.
all the fake ratings.
Ronell. I swear to God.
It was honestly a really good game. Like, it was well made.
Please don't, please.
Conquered.
Good luck in the comments, bro. Anyway, the internet that houses your favorite content creator essentially has a GPS that secretly reroutes you based on your past trips. But instead of getting you lost, you just somehow always end up at an Arby's. No matter how many different roads you take, you just always end up at an Arby's. Like, why are we at an Arby's? It's like a hidden technological trap. That being said, while you might search for the most nuanced take, your algorithm might not be.
Now that we got the facts, let's see if our biases still ring true. What's the last site or anything review that you read, period?
It's been a while. I don't read reviews because I feel like reviews are very biased, and I don't necessarily feel like they're judging the game fairly, even though they say they do, right? And I think they're getting paid just like everyone else now. So I have no trust in the gaming review. Yeah, zero trust.
So what if you review a game?
I review it, but I would also like give a disclaimer. These are my views, my opinions. And I think you should go play the game and find out for yourself if you like it or not.
Yeah.
Right.
But with that being said, would you do a score? Like any type of like Frankie Flames or 1 through 10?
Shout out to Frankie. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I just feel like that just puts a stamp on like how good that game is or how bad that game is. I think I would just do I like this game? Yes or no.
Yeah. I think scales absolutely do more harm at this point than help them. It's so different from when we used to have to literally read them in a magazine.
Right.
Paragraphs, that's fully articulating and going through their thought process.
Yeah.
And then end up still having to at least read that last paragraph to come to some sort of conclusion on our own. Now, that has been like shrunk and shrunk and shrunk.
Very condensed.
Right? To maybe a sentence or two, a big number, right? And maybe we get bullet points.
It's like the TikTok effect.
Yeah.
Like the social media effect.
Social media, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we got here because of social media. You know, just have a quick grab. It's like, how can I get more clicks to this website? More tags and more likes and more shares.
With social media specifically, you have to post an Instagram post. Right. In the Instagram post, you're not finna post an essay on why you like or dislike this game. You have to post whatever fits in that whatever by whatever square on Instagram, which is why I really wish that the entire system can just be completely destroyed. Quick rant, we're gonna go through this whole thing. I wish the entire system was destroyed and like even, okay, IGN can still exist, right?
Sure.
It can still exist. Look, we don't hate
Can
you,
they?
IGN. I think I like the idea of IGN. Maybe they're a little nostalgic. I just think they need a reform, right? Instead of just that number in the end from one author at the very bottom, I think they should just do like a group of reviewers. You know what I'm saying? And just say what your opinion is, talk about the game, and just leave it at that.
Dang, you know what's crazy? I was gonna suggest this if they hired me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was.
Damn.
But they didn't, so.
That's what they should have did. And then if they do that, we can have certain reviewers, right? Now you can get to know the reviewers, right? Now you can know, oh, this person only likes puzzlers really, or they don't like complicated systems.
Right.
Or, now you can get to know these people, which is why I think you should just look at content creators or YouTubers or someone that you can kind of get to know their taste for, and then judge it off of that.
That's very fair. If I'm following that reviewer, if I'm following that influencer, whatever, I think you can feel whenever a content creator is like BSing, right? You know?
You'll be surprised.
I would be surprised, but if they agree with everything, I think that's a sign of like, maybe not trust that person. But if they're reviewing something fairly and they're like, hey, I don't personally enjoy this game, maybe you might, if you like bow, 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 then I'm more likely to trust that content creator or trust that, you know, whoever, reviewer.
If I want to get actually recommended a game from someone, it would have to be like someone I know who has a real good understanding on their likes and dislikes. Shout out Derek the Mindful Gamer, shout out DQ Roman. I know what they like, and I know that they can articulate what they like, and like they can find that in game, so that if one of them says they like something, I know like it's probably solid for my taste. I'm just interested in the journey that you got to the conclusion of, right? You know, like I wanna know what it is that you like in general, right? That makes you like something or dislike something in a game.
I agree with that. I think I would like to see how that creator goes through the whole review process. Like, how are you playing this game? Are you playing alone? Are you playing with friends? Like, do you have people in your ear like telling you, oh, I hate that part, you know?
Yeah.
But then the writing process, like, and are you a great writer? Like, can you take me on a journey like in this review? Can they ensure that like through their writing that they're just not reviewing just for like money? Like, is this authentic? And I think that's how I'd be able to see that in a review. Yeah. And if you're looking for games to review, make sure you head over to Game Realms in Burbank. They have games that are old and new, pretty much everything. 100%. So if you're looking for some fun games, if you're looking for a good time, Make sure you bring some friends and make sure you come and support some physical media and an actual business in real life.
Yeah, you're always talking about physical media disappearing.
Right.
Now's your chance. It's a classic pop culture sentiment. With great power, there must also be great responsibility. Uncle Ben's words to a young, freshly bitten by a radioactive spider, Peter Parker, was to impart him a lesson. When you have power, you must wield it correctly.
But when is power wielded correctly? In the gaming world, reviews are often the community's first and most defining impression of a game. Whether you're a glowing 9, a scathing 4, or a middling 7, reviews are a beacon of accomplishment or a nail in the coffin, making or breaking a game.
This breeds something more than just power or responsibility. Trust, something that is slowly earned yet easily broken. So we want to ask the question, who do you trust? When the biggest names in gaming seem to have lost the plot and their audiences. When one company's score holds more weight over another's based solely on branding. When some reviewers sometimes don't know or even like the genre or franchise of the game they're reviewing, leading to mind-boggling and even downright disrespectful review scores. When some of the critics aren't even good at gaming.
Who do you trust? When the barriers of credibility are fractured and putting reviews in the hands of the masses? What happens when swaths of people who decide to review bomb a game simply because they don't like the race of the lead? Or in protest against patch updates that don't let you mod the game? Or in protest against patch updates for sensitivity reasons, just to accuse the devs of being social justice warriors. Or in protest of predatory business practices. While user reviews can be a reflection of how gamers feel, problematic or not, it can also be a reflection of how harmful these types of reviews can be, leaving a game to be judged and sentenced on aspects that have little to nothing to do with the core or quality of the game itself.
Who do you trust? When gaming personalities can be just as biased as the gaming outlets themselves. How do you tell a company their game is bad when you rely on them for your livelihood? Some contracts even have baked-in instructions to not criticize their game. So influencers must find a way to praise a game they might not vibe with, just for the bag. And if you want them checks to keep clearing, you have to be less transparent as a gamer, with the real cost being honesty.
Who do you, the gamer, sitting on the couch, wondering what game is worth your hard-earned cash, trust to advise you where not just to spend that cash, but most importantly, your time? With everyone fighting for your money, your clicks, your engagement, your attention, your time, who do you put your faith in? We say, just play the game. Trust yourself.
Video games are an art form, and art is subjective. Reviews are a tool, a baton to pass off the art to the next eager gamer who decides to pick up the sticks. Art isn't meant to be quantified on 1 to 10 scales, but by the scales of your heart.
Reviews are good when they point out a game's strengths, constructively criticize shortcomings, and present ideas on how it can improve. They are best when they detail how deeply a game impacted them, made them feel, whether shock or sorrow, delight or excitement. Experiencing these emotions are why we play games. Reviews should help us find these things we like, not create anger towards what we don't.
If you don't know who to trust, trust yourself until your faith is earned by someone else. Find a reviewer or creator whose taste aligns with yours, or who may even challenge them. Because ultimately, a game's quality isn't reflected in its score, but in how its moments score your soul. We don't remember games for the accolades they achieved, but for the memories and how it left us feeling long after the credits roll. And that's the show.
We give this episode of Checkpoint, the show, a 7 out of 10.
Why 7?
I don't know, I didn't really feel like a reviewer.
What would have made it better?
I don't know, I think like the graphics of it and just overall direction.
Yeah. I think the checkpoint went a little bit longer than
a little
it
bit too
probably could have.
long? I think the writing could have also been a little bit deeper.
Yeah. The costumes could have been a little bit better, the graphical.
I feel like did I not do good on costumes?
You did the costumes?
Well, I thought I...
Got that. All right. You want to do another one?
Nope, GG's.
Cut there.